A nice snowstorm coming up, and I'm going to do a extreme budget adventure. And I'll just show you what I'm doing here, what vehicle that I have chosen. This is a 1987 Honda 250 Elite. My friend Brenton and I developed the idea of a scooter trip in the south part of the United States. Brenton is from Michigan and I'm from Iowa, and these winters could get pretty cold and depressing. I felt the South calling to me in a sense, and we both felt we wanted to escape at least part of the winter, and I've never been in that part of the U.S., so I was curious about it. Obviously, we're keeping our eye out for dangers that may happen on the road or even civil unrest type stuff, so we're keeping our radar highly functioning. I didn't have a lot of money to spend on a trip, but right after Christmas I saw an ad pop up for a scooter for $200. I met with the seller and he was okay with $180, so I had my vehicle. And the gas mileage, from what Brenton has told me, is like 50 to 60 miles per gallon, I think. I just had to figure out how to fix it up enough to feel confident on the road. Electrical things, replace some battery, check oil, change the gas, filters, whatever. Of course, there's always things that can go wrong, but it wouldn't be a venture if there wasn't some kind of risk, right? I had some experience in fixing up old bikes, but it's limited. Could always use a little wake-up juice. I know a lot of things can go wrong on the road with old machines like this. This old scooter is going to be my lifeline on this trip. So I just thought of the most vital parts to fix and plan to bring backup parts. Brenton gave me some pointers with his experience about these scooters, so that helped me out a lot. So Brent and I are here. We're traveling on down through Missouri, going south, and I got my scooter here. We're gonna pick up his scooter later down in Louisiana. I didn't get a chance to really ride this bike around to get a feel for it. So it's just a matter of trusting my own repairs and taking the plunge. We'll see how it runs, but I'm excited to see how it does. This is Brenton's world, and I'm just kind of learning what he does. So we're making our way further south. This is we camped overnight in a group of trees. Weather's getting warmer. It's feeling good. So Brenton and I are fixing up our scooters now. He's got his shanty boat thing that he's picking up where he bought it, and these guys are hospitable, so they let us sleep here and let our stuff here while we go on our little trip. Good hospitable people here. Gave me a good impression. Gave me some good homemade food here, and jam and cowboy beans and whatever else they had. So this is a very interesting impression here. Nice weather. It's cold here in the morning, but it's January, middle of January, and it's about it'll get up to 70, lower 70s here. Very nice. So Brenton is working on a little cargo thing for his dog Wavy.
Alright guys, we're going to try something a little different. Normally when I take this bike on adventures, I have Wavy ride between my legs because there's normally not enough room on the back here, but I'm going to borrow this carrier from Al and see if Wavy can ride back here. I'll put some padding in there, but yeah, hopefully this will work. She won't go bouncing down the road.
She'll have to get used to it.
Yep. It's kind of how she rides on the other scooters, but
yeah. They were all packed up here. I was gonna just kind of go through to see if I have everything, and I kind of go through an emotion of excitement, but also kind of a little adrenaline rush, because you wonder if you have everything on your list and everything, and there's always that one thing, oh, I should have brought something, should have brought this or that. I did forget my helmet on this trip, but I had to go to a pawn shop and buy another one, which is kind of funny, a little story in it of itself. But went through everything. I probably overpacked a little bit, but since I'm not that experienced in it, I'll learn from that. I always have to go through a little learning curve. We're here to make the plunge. We're ready to do this. Wavy is ready to go.
Oh, poor dog.
She's used to this, right? She's got a lot of experience traveling.
This is not one of her more luxurious trips, but it's better than being left at home.
First 2 days of riding, I kept running through my head all the checklist of things that I repaired. I was on high alert for any hiccup in the scooter operation. Old tires blowing out, drive belt snapping, fuel clogging, electrical connections shorting out, battery dying down, oil leaks, overheating, etc. Naturally, that made me a little anxious about it, and I knew ultimately it would be okay. But there's a feeling of unsureness of equipment, dangers of other cars in cold rain, and the increasing distance from our help from home base. I tried to think of a way to describe it, and the best way I could describe it is you're going to rappel off a big cliff, and I only have experience in rappelling about 20 feet. So I felt I just needed to keep going, get over the lip of the cliff, and just trust the equipment and the instructor. So I thought through this metaphorically like that. I just need to do that as I continue forward. I also thought that this trip is in the most significant time in history, when there's a lot of unsureness and a lot of insecurities that we may feel.
We're keeping our eye out for dangers that may happen on the road, or even civil unrest type stuff.
This almost feels like the same thing as if we were going over the lip of the edge. The feeling of vertigo as we take a grasp for breath and continue forward. Two days into it, I started to feel a little more relaxed, and I started trusting in my scooter a lot more.
All right, guys. So Barry and I on our 250cc 35-year-old scooters, we made it to the mile marker 0 of Natchez Trace Parkway. We're going to cross the whole width of Mississippi. I've heard about this for a couple years, but this is the first time I've been on it. I think it's the first time Barry's been on it, and it's legendary. The top speed allowed is 50 miles an hour, and it goes through, I guess, like old Civil War sites and abandoned houses. It's a real historic thing. I don't know. I bet you people watching this probably know more than we do, but we're going to find out firsthand January 16th at 70 degrees and loving it.
Beautiful. As my concerns gave way, the scenery, warmth, and adventure was really starting to sink in. I was taking in the scenery on the way. My full enjoyment of the experience was finally taking over. Sometimes I had to constantly force my mind to remember that my home was covered in snow back home, but also at the same time I wanted to forget it.
As Brenton and I stopped and broke for camp, we continued to talk about our thoughts as we experienced these things, and there was plenty to talk about. And the actual riding time was time to think in our helmet, just take in the scenery and form new conclusions about our next conversation.